Hello everybody, welcome back to Valecast. My name is Simo. Today I'm joined by Callum. Say hello, Callum.
Hello, Simo. How are we?
Very well, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. We've got lots to speak about tonight, that's for sure.
We actually do. We actually have some genuinely good news to bring you guys. This show is brought to you by Motive, as always. We have a giveaway at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around till then. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying the show so far this season. I mean, the support has been immense. I mean, like, it's so many viewers, and we do appreciate that. Again, once we hit 150 subscribers, we will go live. You can interact with us live and ask us any Vale questions you like. I'm going to go straight to the great news. We have three new signings, all from Elgin City, loanees. So we have young fullback, 18-year-old Jamie Tinnock. We have two midfielders, both 17 years old, Charlie Hay, Matty Jamieson, both of the Elgin City first team. Craig had a wee bit to say about it as well. I'm just going to read out what he had to say about it quickly. Vale manager Craig Stewart commented, "We're pleased that these promising young guys have come to Princess Royal Park and look forward to them continuing their football and development with Deveronvale. At this stage in their careers, it is most important that they get match time, and they'll be looking to get and we'll be looking to give them that opportunity in the Scotland Highland Football League as we get underway in late July. We very much appreciate Elgin City has agreed to these loans and believe that we will benefit to the players in both clubs, which is super good. We've actually got signings, which is great. We've added a wee bit of depth.
Absolutely brilliant, Simo. Absolutely brilliant, yeah.
Promising youngsters.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
They were with the first team at Elgin as well, which
I think being at that young age, yeah, definitely same here, and I think for these guys, 17, 18 years old and being in and around a first team squad in League Two, they've obviously got some quality amongst them. So yeah, really happy to welcome them to Princess Royal Park, and they'll be with us for the season, all going well. And it sounds as though they had a really good session on Saturday just past for the first day of pre-season. So yeah, it adds a bit more competition to the squad as well, I suppose. We've obviously had, Colin left not that long ago, so there was a wee bit of a gap maybe in that kind of attacking midfield role, and it'll be interesting to see where these guys fit into that. But yeah, brilliant. You wait you wait a wee while for one signing, and then you get three on the same day. So yeah, absolutely delighted to see these guys come in, and it's really important for us, to give these guys opportunities, I suppose. And that will only be to the benefit of ourselves and in the longer term to Elgin City as well. So no, thanks to Elgin for all their help with the negotiations and everything like that. And yeah, welcome to Princess Royal Park to the three of them.
Yeah, you can have a wee look of what they look like on the Deveronvale website. We've got a wee announcement post for them as well. Carrying on from that, I hope they can help us with our relatively difficult start to the season. The fixture list has been released. We have our first game of the season, Brora Rangers at home. Difficult one, that. Although we have, we've got every reason to remain confident. Craig says you've got to play everybody at some point in the season. After we've played Brora, we go to Nairn County away. Then we have new to the league, Brecon City at home. We welcome them to Princess Royal Park. And then we have a wee bit of a derby. We have Bucky Thistle away. So four sort of big games, really big games to set out a marker. And I'm sure Craig he's from what we can see, he's positive about it. He's
absolutely
going to play everybody.
Absolutely.
And the way things are.
Hey, we're not. I mean, we're not in this league to make up the numbers. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Deveronvale, has never, been in the Highland League just to look to finish in the bottom half or something like that. So yeah, absolutely. It is a hell of a tough start, but he's right. You got to play them at some point. It gives us something to really get our teeth into at the start of the season as well. And I think with supporters hopefully being in attendance as well for all of that, it looks as though that's all kind of going on the right lines at the moment. So we'll just kind of wait and see how things are over the next couple of months. But yeah, what more could you ask for after a break from from being able to come and see the Vale, and then you get games like that in the first four games of the season. So yeah, very tough. We know all about Brora. We had them in the first game of the season last season. So now hopefully that will be the start of a longer season this time, I suppose, Simo. But we know what they're all about, the quality that they've got. Again, a couple of faces have changed in that team as well. And then Nairn, certainly no mugs themselves. They're a good setup that they've got over there as well. And yeah, I think everyone's looking forward to the new test of having Brechin in the league. They've obviously announced their new kind of management setup in the last week with Andy Kirk, I think it is, that's come in as manager, and also former Scotland boss Craig Levine as a special advisor or whatever he wants to call himself. So I don't know if we'll be seeing him in attendance as well at Princess Royal Park throughout the season. So yeah, something new, something exciting. Can't wait for the start of it.
Absolutely, I think we've got every right to be optimistic. We've got our new manager, we've got players coming in. Everybody's going to be looking to impress on the opening game of the season.
Yep.
I'm glad it's at home as well, because the fans and the supporters will be back. It'll probably be the first footy day out in quite a while. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to hosting Brechin as well. It's going to be a big test for us, but yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we're, as I say, in the first few games there, we're playing, teams that will be amongst the favourites for the league, so it's a hell of a tough start. But, Craig said it before, in a couple of interviews he's done in the last few months. Start of the season, everybody starts on the same number of points, so there's all to play for. And hey, you never know. We've seen that in recent seasons where, the so-called bigger teams have come to Princess Royal Park and, I've maybe been surprised at how much of a fight has been put up. We ran Cove Rangers very, very close the last time they were up at Princess Royal. So, it's, on our day, we can do whatever, and then one that will be circled in the calendar, I'm sure, of many Vale fans will be the trip along the coast to Buckie. That's always, a highlight of the season. Obviously we've got that extra spice now of having Mo in the management team who has his Buckie connections. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of reception he gets on his return there. But yeah, I think we're all looking forward to it. It's an opportunity to get back and watch our team. So what more could you really want?
Not a whole lot more. Okay, we have other reasons to remain optimistic. What just come to the Scotland game as the Scotland national team are doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. We pushed Netherlands all the way, and look, and it was by no means like a completely second string side. The Netherlands, they had a lot of quality on the pitch, and so did we. We pushed them all the way, and all they could get out of us was a draw. We had goals from Jack Hendry and Kevin Nisbet. I believe Kevin but that was his first senior goal for Scotland.
And same for Hendry as well. Yeah, same for the young centre half. Yeah, so they've both got off the mark now for Scotland. So I think, I think it's good for Nisbet there to get a goal ahead of the Euros. Particularly being the striker in the squad that didn't have an international goal to his name. Appreciate he obviously didn't have a hell of a lot of caps either, but that's a monkey off the back for him, and hopefully will help him push on. I think looking at that Netherlands team, some of the names that were in there were scary, to be honest with you. So you look at players like Memphis Depay, who at Man United just looked a totally different player to how he looks now, and he'll definitely be one to watch, I'm sure. But yeah, they held their own. Ultimately, Holland were lucky to come out with a draw from that. It could have very easily been a Scotland victory, and was very close to being that. So yeah, promising signs. When all of this first came around, and I've been on a couple other podcasts lately talking about the Scotland squad and hopes for the Euros and stuff, and it was all about maybe finish third, sneak out of the group. No, we're winning it. That's it. I'm nailing my colours to the mast. That trophy is coming back to
Aye. We then went to Luxembourg and we beat them pretty convincingly. I was blown away that it was only 1-0 because the amount of chances we had. We spoke. We did our Scotland squads. I started with my opening has been I want Dykes and Adams on the pitch at the same time, and both of them looked brilliant. Dykes he just had one of those days. He had so many chances. They just kept inching wide or whatever. But Yeah, I mean, we are looking positive. You look at those two games and you think, okay, right, Luxembourg, they've been to Ireland, they got something at Ireland. Netherlands obviously full of world class players. You look at players like Gini Ronaldo and De Ligt and just all over that pitch is like, you're looking at 50, 60 million pound players plus. Depay heavily linked to Barcelona and everything. So that for them, for us to give them a difficult game, that only bodes well for us.
Absolutely, and that Luxembourg game as well. I would agree. I mean, I think the red card for them kind of ruined the game somewhat. I think from a warm up for a tournament, your last game for the tournament, the last thing you want is to just be playing against 10 men for the guts of the game. But I think they bossed it. And to be honest with you, there was a couple of players there that came on that have really, have given Steve Clark something to think about. In particular, Billy Gilmour, when he came on, was just world class. And I think he's really pushed himself up in terms of looking at a starting place possibly for that first game, as has young Nathan Patterson as well. So I think both of them came out of that very positive. I appreciate obviously Gilmour got less minutes there with picking up the injury, or hopefully just a precautionary substitution, but yeah, that was a nasty one.
Could have been a red. Should have been a red.
Good. Should have been a red. I think the guy had only just come on as a sub as well, so that that would have been quite a quick over and out for him. But yeah, I think those two in particular really held their own. Dykes and Adams. I think when we did our squad, I was saying either or. And obviously you were going with both of them. I bow down to your superior knowledge, Simo, because that was a blinder. The two of them look as though they could cause any defence trouble. I would imagine they'll probably get the nod, both of them, for the first game, and then we'll see what happens after that.
I really do hope.
Really lay down a marker.
I think Billy Gilmour they just couldn't deal with him when he came on, so I think that substitutes come on to leave one on him, maybe went in a bit too hard. Was very lucky to stay on the pitch. Billy obviously came off, but from what I read, he's all right. He's a top class talent. That's why he's held in such high regard at Chelsea.
Exactly. And I know he's not been getting a lot of minutes, and there has been kind of things out in the press this week. Perfect timing as always from the press, the week of the tournament, but about maybe looking to go out on loan next season, to another English Premier League team. But you can see from the talent he has, even just being in and around that Chelsea squad. I can imagine training with them every day. That does rub off. You don't need to be playing every 90 minutes, to get that talent. So, I think, when he came on, he showed real flashes of brilliance and quick feet, wasn't scared to have a shot away as well. So, yeah, I think if he's come through that unscathed, then I think he's got every chance of starting. But who'd you drop? That's the thing. I see they've pushed McTominay into midfield for that game as well. Does he go back to centre half? And like Jack Henry's maybe unlucky, but it's a tough one. A real tough one for him. But I think, and I know we've said it before, but, I don't think we've had a stronger squad, not just looking at a starting 11. I don't think we've had a stronger squad in a hell of a long time. So, I'm really excited for the Euros. And hopefully when we're doing Valecast in a couple of weeks' time, we're not just sitting here down in the dumps. But, I'm really, really looking forward to it. But that first game in particular, is our perceived easiest game of the group, I suppose. They really need to come out firing on that first game and really kind of give themselves every opportunity of pushing on.
I think so. You mentioned Nathan Patterson as well. He looked really, really keen when he came on. Great ball carrier, great pace. You could tell he was buzzing to be on the pitch as well. Right back could be a bit of a problem position for us for maybe just a wee while, just in terms of strength and depth there. And it's good to have like a proper right back outside O'Donnell, that can, rather than just try to mould Ryan Fraser or Jamie Forrest into that position, like a proper right back that that's
absolutely
do the job there.
I mean, that's two players, two players for the one position. Either or, I'd be happy with seeing them starting now. So whereas, as you say before, it was always you had one player and then maybe a backup that could do a few different jobs on the pitch, but those two. It'll be a tough competition between them, I think, for a starting place against the Czechs. So yeah, I think the young lads have really given themselves every chance, and and that's to a certain extent that's going to push some other players under the radar as well. Like obviously Turnbull got his international debut in the week there as well. and not really much being said about him, in all honesty. So I don't know if he's played himself into Clark's thinking or not. But, I think it's really positive for the squad, and we go in as a Tartan army, ready to cheer them all on, I'm sure.
Can't wait. Before we finish, we have lots of stuff to bring you. So if you want to show off a little
Yes.
Vale items.
So these are a few new things that are coming onto the club shop through a few partnerships that we're working on at the moment. So we have put, this one in particular, I'll hold this one up first. This one's gone on to the social medias already. So you will have seen this, hopefully, but the Deveronvale beer caddy. There's been a little bit of discussion, get my finger right around the term footy. If you want it to say Fitba beers instead, then that's entirely up to you. These are completely customizable. They come in two sizes. This is bring it in a bit more. This is the smaller size. So it'll hold kind of 6 bottles of Beck's or maybe Diet Colas. Please drink responsibly. There is a larger version that will kind of hold your kind of Magner size bottles and things like that as well. So that's through a partnership with a company called ES Bespoke. They're pretty quick in sending these out as well. So we'll hopefully have them on the online club shop fairly soon. That's a great new one to have. We've also taken out a partnership with a guy in Inverurie, a chap called David, who has a company called Wooden Signs, if you prefer. So, and what he's doing for us, and again, I'll try and do this without shining the light too much. You can see here these hand-painted Deveronvale Princess Royal Park club logos for you to hang on your wall, ideal for office, home bar, whatever you want to do with it. And this one will probably take up to Princess Royal as well, probably put it up in the dressing room or something like that. So a chance for you to have something like that in your home as well. I was just saying to you, Simo, before we came on, these are all hand painted. They're not from stencils. They're not running through big machines. So they do take a couple of weeks for David to put together. But each one will be slightly different from the next. Because, as I say, because they're hand painted, there will be subtle differences between them. And they can be treated as well if you want to put them outside. That's another great new item to add to Club Shop. Can come with a frame or can come unframed, depending on what you want to do. Really happy. We said a few weeks ago, wanting to do a push to work with some more local businesses. Inverurie's not a million miles away from Banff. I think this is a really good opportunity for us to start the ball rolling with working with local artists and things like that. So anybody in the Banff area, whatever kind of ideas you have. I know we've had a few things in the past you've seen recently around kind of personalized Father's Day cards and things like that coming up. So, anything that, we can partner with you on, then, feel free to reach out to us on any of the socials and we can have a chat around what we could do together.
Brilliant. When can we expect them on the club shop, Cal?
Once I get a chance to put them on, to be honest with you, we're just about, the wooden signs, now that we've kind of given you a teaser as to what they look like and what they're all about, we'll get them on pretty quickly. And the beer caddies will probably be available to order in the next week or so. As I say, give it a couple of weeks from order for collection for the signs. They will be available to pick up on match days as well. What we'll probably do, depending on order volumes and things like that with David, is have a free collection on a match day from Princess Royal Park, or they can be posted up, at any time, obviously, for a small postage fee. The ones with ES Bespoke on the beer caddies, they usually come out within about 2 to 5 days. So we'll look to get them up on the site as soon as possible, really, so that you can start getting these things in. Maybe get yourself a beer caddy in time for the Euros as well.
It'll be much needed. Because we're going deep into that competition. We also have a giveaway coming with Football Stadium Prints. We're going to be giving away some Princess Royal Park artwork. You can also get a t-shirt and a mug. To enter that, you need to go and follow us on Twitter. You can get to Twitter by searching Deveronvale in any search engine on Twitter or anything like that. It'll also be linked down in the description of this video. Links to the socials are on the website as well, so it should be too hard.
We've got an example. Yeah, we've got an example of it on the club social medias already. So feel free to go and check them out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But yeah, as you say, Simo, if you want to enter this competition, then make sure you're getting involved on Twitter. We will put up a kind of separate post as part of that as well. So you don't need to have sat through 20 minutes of Valecast to find out about the competition, I suppose. Although we'd love for you to do that, obviously. But yeah, you'll have the option of different sizes and things like that. I think they start from kind of A4 right up to A1. So if you're just looking to fill a small space on the wall or looking to wallpaper an entire room, then I'm sure you can get that done with this. And Stephen, who's the chap behind Football Stadium Prints, had a good chat with him the other day. So he's really keen to be involved with the club, and this could be the start of more things. It's not just Deveronvale, obviously, that he's working with or doing prints of. You can get a piece of artwork from near enough any stadium around the world, to be honest with you. Keeping an eye on some of his socials over the last few days, and some of his stuff's absolutely fantastic. So, if you're a Dons fan, Rangers, Celtic, Man United, Barcelona, whatever, there's something for everybody there. So yeah, feel free to go and check them out. And as you say, soon we'll have their links in the description as well.
Super high quality stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of giveaways on Valecast, so make sure you do like and subscribe the video. Thank you again for watching. We really do appreciate everybody tuning in every week, and it really encourages us to do this show. Make sure you leave a comment, ask us anything you like, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But we will see you next Thursday. Cheery bye.